best for them, but what they think would be best for them. And sometimes those may be divergent. And sometimes we just got to bite our tongue and sit on it. And to some extent, that's what we'll talk about. But there's also a way that we can share. And in some cases that may be if we have some knowledge, about something that's going on that they may or not know, or we have some personal information about the person that they're talking about, or a different experience that we think may be applicable. It's okay to give that particular information, but not like it's fact. We give it as information. And we'll talk about that skill in a little bit, so that they can add that to what they're thinking about in order to determine what action they have. And this is also a great place where a lot of times I have clients and their goals are really big, and they're so big that they're overwhelming. They don't know how to break it down. And so, we may need to, as the coach or coaches coming through, what's one little step that you could take that would move you along that path? So we have to help them be the problem solvers. We have to be the catalysts for that problem solving and determining that particular action for them. But it's always about them creating the action. And then the fourth step, and this is one that we don't necessarily have a hard time with, we just skip it. We just say, we got the action, okay, let's recap on what you're going to do, and okay, and let's get out there and do it. Okay? We don't talk about what's going to get in the way. What are the barriers that might exist? And they might be business barriers, they might be personal barriers, this might be way outside this person's comfort zone. You may be asking them to have an interaction with somebody that scares the bejesus out of them, or to do something that they don't have an expertise in many cases. So you got to talk about part of the action plan. Then it becomes how do we overcome those particular barriers as well. How do you go around them, under them, remove them, over top of them, what have you, so that you increase the chances that the action will actually take place. Because if somebody's kind of going along and they're thinking, I got this action plan, and all of a sudden they hit a wall, what do? In many cases?
Stop.
Yeah, they shut down. They just stop. But if you've already had a conversation with them and they expected that wall, and they've already got a plan of action of breaking it down, then, hey, this is no big deal. It's exactly what we thought was going to occur, and I can do that. Or I can figure out how to avoid it in the first place. Well, if I go directly to them, that might cause da-da-da. So what I will do instead is take this different course of action, which will allow me to avoid that wall quickly. And it's a key step that really can't be missed when you're thinking about coaching or taking that coach approach. Whether it's sitting down and talking to somebody about their individual development plan, or a project that you're assigning them, they're getting ready to start on, or maybe you're the training and development manager and you're talking to one of your designers about a program or a course. Okay, I know you've got 3 other things on your list that you're doing. Where do you think this one fits into your priorities? How do you think you're going to find the time to devote to this particular? You're already helping them problem solve on your mind. Thought about that. Just got all wrapped up in the excitement of a new project. And then they get out there and they can't find time to do it. And the time's ready to do one done. So